Hello and welcome everyone, I'm Killer Troopa and I will be your host, bringing you today the third episode of my Dragon's Dogma demo series. In the previous two episodes, we, saw the character creation system, and in the first video created our main warrior Kai, and in the second one we created our main pawn Azura. Now both of those characters will be seen later here in this quest, the Countryside Quest. But first, let's start with the Prologue quest, where you are using just the generic Risen which you have seen in the trailer so far. Mind you, he is pretty cool. But as one person pointed out in the comments on one of my previous video, he was cool, but not cool enough to be his main character. So he actually used him as his pawn. So yeah, I mean, I do think he looks pretty cool, and I'll show you in just a second. Let me just equip my lantern, as it says there to do. So let's just put this on. It's pretty nice. Now, first off, I just want to show you something. So this guy here, Salde, he is actually one of the pawns. You just start with this guy. It's just interesting. And yeah, I was trying to do that and it wasn't allowing me to do it. Okay, so I just killed that pawn. I know, you are like, oh, what the fuck, man, why did you do that? First off, I was clumsy, said Salde. Yeah, it's not like I just threw you or something. My god, they just love the Arisen so much. I mean, I killed the guy and he blames himself. First, awesome scenery. I mean, how more badass can this get? It's amazing. But yeah, that was pretty much just to show you the freedom of this game just right off the bat. It's just amazing. I do really like that because, I mean, I don't mind to have essential characters, so to speak, which are immortal, obviously. Games like the Elder Scrolls series have done it, and I don't mind it. But, there are just games where you cannot even attack some NPCs. And I don't mind that, but I do love the fact that, it has just so much freedom. Plus, as you can see here, let's just examine this stone, and Salde is back. God damn it, man, I wanted to be free of you. If you hadn't killed him, he wouldn't appear, but just two of, the other two pawns would. So, pretty easy. I just really wanted to show you guys how to kill the guy. First I just wanted to talk about a bit about the pawn system. So there is your main pawn, which I assume is Salde here, and for our other character it would be Azura. And that is just, an NPC that you created. But in the actual game, the other two pawns will be main pawns created by other players that you can borrow momentarily through online features. I think that is actually pretty awesome. I don't know if you guys knew that. I mean, it's a well-known feature, so it's not like it's a secret or anything. But I do think it is a really cool feature. Plus, imagine you are having trouble in a hard quest. You can just borrow a very strong pawn and, just kind of like sit back and watch him destroy the enemy you're trying to face. Plus, when your own pawn is borrowed by another player, he will also gain experience and level up. So it's a win-win situation, and I really do think it is a cool feature. Now what you will see here is one of the the traits of Dragon's Dogma. Besides the very interesting combat, which I had already briefly mentioned, I'll try to talk about anyways more later if I don't forget about it. The combat system, which is really good. Dragon's Dogma also has, these huge epic boss battles, which are made a lot better by the grab function, which here in the PS2 is with the R2 button, which is how I picked up Salde, which wasn't working for a minute there. I mean, he was picking him up, but just not the way I wanted him to, if you saw that. Where... Okay, it's here. I mean, I was like, where is the... I don't know how it's called, a flying beast. Okay, I know it has a name, but it's like, not sure if it's a harpy. I mean, it should be, but I don't know, for some reason I'm thinking it has a unique name here in this game. Probably not. Oh wait, I'm just supposed to jump here. Okay, you'll actually kill a few here, so no worries about that. I want to kill this guy. Where do you think you're going, motherfucker? Nope. God damn it. But yeah, it does have like these huge boss battles, which is admittedly not very common in the world of RPGs. I mean, there are definitely like stronger enemies with higher levels, but I don't know, just boss battles is not something that is very, very common, which is somewhat of a shame. I mean, I do get why there wouldn't be in most RPGs, since sometimes, I don't know, it kind of just doesn't fit the combat system, but I am glad that Capcom is doing this. And again, I do think this game has fantastic potential. The game isn't yet out, so like I'm not sure what scores it'll get by reviewers. Not that you should, you know, buy your purchases only by reviewers. Like, I think playing this demo and enjoying it is much more important. But, you know, I do think that if it's a game that, like, a demo wasn't released or whatnot, it's still not a bad idea to check reviews to at least see if it's a decent game. And, by the way, as you can see here, the pawns will occasionally give you useful feedback for how to deal with enemies, which is obviously good. But even if it, like, doesn't get, you know, amazing reviews, at least I do think that the concept of the game is really cool, because I don't know, it just seems to have a lot of potential. I know some people were commentating on the the art style, saying that it was perhaps just too generic and just too medieval, which a lot of people don't like. They tend to prefer like these alien worlds, which is, speaking of another series, the Elder Scrolls, which I know I just keep mentioning, but if you've watched my videos, you know I'm kind of an Elder Scrolls fanboy. Is that most fans tend to prefer Morrowind over Oblivion because they blame Oblivion of having a very, you know, boring generic world, while Morrowind is, you know, just completely crazy. But the thing is, because all of these games have their very own unique setting and art style, and you know, not many games end up by going for this, you know, more generic view on the art. I think that by being generic, it ends up by being unique. I know it's kind of weird, but I don't know, that's just how I see it anyways. And yeah, here we are introduced to, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but I think it's just like a Chimaera or whatever, with kind of an interesting design, because I had never seen a Chimaera with, and I'm probably pronouncing it terribly, but oh well, with like the actual goat's head. I mean, they usually just have the goat's back legs, but oh well. And as you can see, here is like the grab function during boss battles. You climb onto the boss and then just start chopping. As you can see also on like that purple bar on the top of the screen, that is the boss's health. And there are also like two little dots on the left. That is like the number of health bars you'll have to, well, to bring down to 0. And goddammit, that snake attacked me. As you can see, like, one of them just disappeared. Now he still has 2 because it still counts, and goddammit, I'm kinda like being owned. At least the snake is done, so that's good. And something also interesting is like the healing system in this game, which is when your health is low, like the mage in your... whoa, that was kind of fast. The mage in your group will start healing you, but it will only heal you to a certain point. It has like sort of a limit, so you will never go back to the original health you had. I'm sure there are ways, like through potions and whatnot, to do it, but you know, in the demo, I mean, I really don't think there's a point to doing that sort of stuff. you know, it's kind of like more just enjoy the demo and use these simple functions. And oh god, I hate this part of the fight because I've already played this, and he just starts like completely freaking out, and I'm starting to fall, and I actually want Morgana over there, since she is our mage, to heal me. So yeah, you just want to go to the light, step onto the light, Arisen, and as you can see, our health here is being, well, healed. So pretty nice, but if you see, our HP is only 988, while we started with like 1,100 something, if I recall correctly. So yeah, as you can see, your GAI on this game so far is pretty decent. I mean, at least like the pawns are using the grab function, which obviously makes sense, but I don't know, I mean, I suppose they could have just not bothered with that, but I am glad that they are doing this, because it just, you know, obviously makes them a lot more useful, since, you know, in this case I'm pretty sure that dealing deadly blows to the head is, you know, a lot more damaging than just, you know, attacking his paws or something. Yeah, and I'm still grabbing on, interestingly enough, I think. Whoa, that was really cool and sort of weird. I want this guy to die. And I don't know, fatigued or something, because I wasn't able to run or anything. Over there, I think we're good. Okay, god damn it. Again, I do not like when he is freaking out. What the hell just happened? But as you can see, like, the pawns are definitely fighting it, despite us, at the moment, not actually being attacking it. And nice, it's dead. So yeah, I mean, again, the pawns are something really interesting, and I am curious as to how they will actually properly use, like, the online functions. And major glitch there, I think we were inside the wall there for a moment. I actually think this is just... I have no idea who this is speaking, but I don't know, it sort of sounds like the dragon, because I think he was speaking to us before when we were just passing by. He was just like, "What up, Arisen?" And we were like, "Oh shit, that's a dragon." And you know, the Arisen is just a really unpolite guy, but oh well, that's us. So yeah, here's like when it's coming out. I do think it's coming out on the 25th of May. Was it for Europe, the 24th for Japan, and the 22nd for the US? I think so. And you know, I'm just going to do the Countryside Quest also in this video, and now we will actually see Kai and Azura both in combat, along with some other just generic followers, or pawns, you know, to be more accurate and within the actual game's terminology. But yeah. And if you can see there, well, now it's gone, but if you were able to see, there was a Griffin over there, and that will be our main enemy for this quest. So another boss battle, which is kind of cool. So here we are completely different. We have 2 huge freaking daggers and a bow. I love using this guy. Kai is just a badass. I mean, look at him just, you know, bringing death to... I mean, he already killed the guy, and he is still just hitting the air above him. That is just epic. I do not like how the way the Griffin... well... Yeah. So I think we killed all the goblins. Nope, this one's still alive. Let me just deal with that. And as you can see, I mean, we already killed the guy, but we're still just hitting the air because we're that badass. Go Kai. And our blades are on fire, so that is even more badass. Go Kai yet again. So, if you noticed, with the Arisen on the previous quest, we were using a shield, while here we have a bow, so it's kind of replaces it. So, by the way, I am, you know, I'm just a terrible archer in any game, so do not expect amazingness. But, you know, whoa, okay, for a second there I did not know what was happening. That is because I'm using a full bend, and as you can see, like there on the, you know, like the command buttons over there, and I'm just waiting it to be still and miss, of course. Yep. Oh god, I hate that attack. Like just passing by his wings, like make this really powerful attack. It's like annoying as all hell. Thank you, Azura. You're badass. And You are not badass. You just threw us against the Griffin and let us die. You are not helpful at all. Okay, I want to... God damn it. I want to climb onto his back so I can actually hit him. Okay, let's... Hopefully... I think we're still grabbing on, but we need to climb up. Because, yeah. Otherwise we would just fail, which is obviously what happened. This is amazing. Not really. What great gameplay. Sorta, not really. Go, Alexander. Do whatever you're trying to do. Go away, Griffin. Okay. Okay, I'm grabbing onto his tail. Not sure what happened. Oh god, I only have 85 points of health there. Alexander, heal me and do it quickly because I have no idea how I lost so much health there. What happened? I assume it was again the wing attack because that Griffin is one annoying bastard. I really do not like him. God damn it. Okay, let's try to do this again. And yeah, this is just great footage of the Griffin still being alive. And why can't Kai like properly climb onto him? I mean, I have never had any trouble doing this before. I am really not getting why he is not being able to do this. Okay, so we are on top of his head and we are on the ground again. Really? I mean, what the hell, game? This is, I mean, seriously, this would never happen if I wasn't recording this. The Let's Play curse in its, you know, just in its prime. Okay, but now we are actually on top of his head, so let's hit his freaking head, because that is obviously, like, you know, the way to attack him. And how do we keep falling? I am completely baffled. I mean, I swear, on, like, the other times I was fighting the Griffin, I think this is the third time I'm actually doing this, and I just died. I just died. Really. Really, I actually died. I'm gonna off-screen me going to kill the freaking Griffin, okay? I'll see you guys in just a second. Okay, so here we are, and I'm already doing a lot better. Guess how many times I fell during this, you know, attempt. Wait for it. None! I didn't fell a single time. The only time I lost health was because of, like, the power attack from the wings. I mean, god damn you, Let's Play curse. I mean, it was pretty much a flawless run. While recording, nope, you're not gonna get on a single time, and you're gonna fail miserably. I mean, oh well, the joys of being a Let's Player. But oh well. Okay, so actually that concludes, any and all videos regarding Dragon's Dogma demo. I had a fun time doing this. I am really excited for the game. I think it, as I have already said, has fantastic potential. And I'm really hoping it, you know, it delivers on everything else, like, you know, the plot and the rest of the characters. I heard that in terms of, like, NPCs, there are considerably less than, for example, a game like Skyrim. But on the other hand, the dialogue seems to be better. And the voice acting itself. I mean, I'm not saying that I don't like Skyrims, but, you know, nevertheless, this one does seem to be better. Which is obviously nice. So that, you know, it's kind of a double-edged sword. Personally, you know, I'll take quality over quantity. But I'm sure, you know, Dragon's Dogma does still have a nice amount of NPCs. I mean, in theory, the world itself is, you know, is huge, so it should have, you know, a ridiculous amount of content as well. Apparently, I've heard like 70 hours of content, which is pretty decent. Admittedly, like Skyrim was targeted for 300 to do everything, but, you know, technically that game has infinite quests and whatnot, and again, quality over quantity, people, so do focus on that. And, you know, it just has some really cool concepts, like when you're traveling at night, it sort of has a survival horror vibe, because there's this survival aspect, because it's a lot more dangerous. So I really do like that. You just don't see that kind of pronunciation was that. You just don't see that in, you know, many other games. And, you know, visually I do really like it. I've heard some people complain about the textures and whatnot, but personally I'm the kind of guy that cares more about the art style. But nevertheless, I do think, you know, even visually the game's pretty decent. No complaints there, and the atmosphere just feels really good. So the only thing I'm still having certain doubts, because obviously you can't, you know, see that in the demo, is just how open the game is, because a game like Kingdoms of Amalur considers itself open world, but there's no jump button and you can't jump into like a river, that sort of stuff. I mean, at least in this game there is a jump button, so automatically it is better. Now, I'm not saying that, but, you know, it just it's just weird to me when in a game, again, like Skyrim, and I'm not making a lot of comparisons when I really shouldn't, because they are very different games. I mean, the only thing they have in common is dragons, mythical creatures, and being an RPG, but the combat system and the gameplay, all of those things are different. But again, comparing those, I mean, there's really no other game that compares to that so far, in my opinion. So I really do hope that Dragon's Dogma rivals it. I mean, some competition would be amazing, and I'm probably gonna pick this game either way, because I really did enjoy the demo. So yeah, and I enjoyed making these videos. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching them. So I'll not see you on the next episode, but I do hope you guys see some of my other series and check out my channel. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.